So our next speaker is Robizon Khubalashvili, who will be giving a talk titled How to Get Toiletpaper.com, Provision of Information as a Public Good. We'll be talking about an information sharing platform designed in response to the COVID pandemic. So you can take it away.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you all for coming, and I want to thank the organizers for putting together such an amazing event. I'm Robizon Khubulashvili. I'm postdoc at University of Pittsburgh, and today I'm gonna, in next 8 to 10 minutes, I'll explain you how to buy a toilet paper. In other words, I'm gonna tell you the problems with public good provision when this public good is information. This project paper as well as webpage was developed and designed by jointly with Mallory, Kristi, Alex, Sera, and Konstantinos. Motivation of this paper is to describe the implementation of information sharing platform. That's gotoiletpaper.com, and the motivation of this web page is it's crowdsourced platform, and its motivation is to help the Pittsburgh community to share information about the store congestion and product shortages during the COVID-19 pandemic. In particular, this gotoiletpaper.com is mobile-friendly web page, and it was launched in April of 2020. It has two types of information about groceries. First information is about congestion. And the information about congestion is using Google Place API, and we augment this information by user reports. We also have information about shortages, and this information is collected using user reports. We have 264 grocery stores in our webpage, and there are three main features we have three main features in the webpage. One is data viewing, second is product locator, and the last one is data contribution. So the first one, as you see here on this page, this is for one particular market, for one particular grocery store. And on the left, we have crowd information about how crowded the store is right now, as well as historical information. And on the right, we have information about product availability in this particular store. As you see here, red is in stock, while hand sanitizer is out of the stock, and hand soap is almost out of the stock. Our second feature is product locator. As you see here, you can select the product from a drop-down menu, and after you select the product, you will see on the map where this product is available. And the last, and I think the main feature of this web page is data contribution. Users can contribute data, and there are several things that they can tell us, but the three main questions are how long they waited outside of the store, how crowded the store was inside, and which products were available during this trip. And as you see here, for every product, and there are much more products, you can select either plenty in stock or almost out or out of the stock. So let me give you like very small theoretical toy model to give you good idea what we are talking about. We have one grocery store, which is used by 2 N shoppers. Time is discrete, and it starts from 1 goes to infinity. We have discounting delta. Every time, at period, for example, at period T, N shoppers, group of N shoppers go to the store. At the time of T plus 1, the other N goes to the store. That's why we have 2 N shoppers. When you go to the store, shopper first checks platform for information. If there is information, shopper gets utility of you. And if there is no information, then shopper stops visiting platform. So in other words, game terminates. After a store visit, a shopper decides whether to report that information, which is costly, and and obviously we need only one report per store per time period. We have standard trade-off here. Every period, individuals need to decide whether to report or not report, and it has very standard forms. I'm not gonna go into details because of the time constraint, but at the end of the talk, if you have questions, please let me know. The main result is that if the cost-benefit ratio is low enough and people are sufficiently patient, then there exists big strategic equilibrium where probability of contribution is positive. Unfortunately, as a group size increases, I think it's a standard in public good games, as a group size increases, average as well as total contribution to the public good decreases. From theoretical point of view, the main problem is that we cannot achieve the first best outcome. In this scenario, first best outcome is exactly one report for each store. And even the best symmetric mixed strategy equilibrium, the best in this case means the one that maximizes probability of reporting, has two main problems. One is cost duplication. And the cost duplication means that in some periods there might be more than one person who contributes. Obviously, this is definitely only theoretical problem and not very substantial in real life. However, the second problem that is in some periods there will be no data available is substantial because it will make some users unhappy and they will stop reporting. As you see here, this is the real data that I wanted to show you. This is the real data, and as you see, there is very big demand. Demand is quite high, and on average, we have over more than 100 visitors from April 15 to May 25th. Unfortunately, as we see here, supply satisfies only a fraction of demand. So we have very low supply. Supply in this case is data contribution and quite high data view. There are several things that one might think. It might be that people do not know that our web page exists. We run several advertisement campaigns, and based on the comments that we received, it's obvious that people know that we exist, but they don't know why we are there. So in particular, they do not know that they are the ones who are supposed to contribute the data. Good news is that some people know that they are the ones who should be contributing to the data. Since I think I'm almost out of the time, let me summarize by proposing two theoretical solutions. The first one is both of them, I want to mention that both of them are ex post individual rational. So, and I wanted to, and we call this first one uniform random selection mechanism. What does it say? It implies that the social planner, at the beginning of every period, social planner selects one shopper randomly, and that person is responsible to submit a report for that one particular period. Obviously, we have big markets. This won't be feasible to implement in real life, but the second one, that is a responsible shopper mechanism, might be implemented in the real life. The second one implies selecting a person at the beginning and make her responsible to share information every period while reimburse her cost. We implemented this one and we call it verified contributor program. As you see here, this is a web page. Any shopper can sign up to be verified contributor for one particular store. And after they submit each, if they submit each report, and report containing the data that I already presented, they will be paid. So this is a part of reimbursing their cost. Obviously, so next obvious step is that it is a very good news that supply chain and store management have adjusted to COVID-19. So there is no more critical issues with product shortages and stores are not that crowded anymore. That is a very good news. But if there is necessary, if there is second view or there is any other reason for information sharing platform, I mean, Go Toilet Paper plus this verified contributor new feature are ready to go and we'll be happy to serve. Thank you all for listening. If you have any questions and you have time, I'm ready to answer.